Okay, I would really like to know what's wrong with people today. And I can't just say it's just this woman because there were guys involved in this too, in some respect. 37-year-old TikToker gets hospitalized after a 50 guy backdoor challenge. I've only watched a couple of minutes of this and I'm like, okay, I'm going to shoot off my mouth about this too. I was brought up, my body is a temple. Be careful who and what you let into it. Now, we've all made mistakes, fucking the wrong guy, putting junk food and chemicals in our body we shouldn't. Why would you do this? This thing and her friend are two dirty pieces of shit. You let 50 guys in your butthole for a challenge. Let's go.
This woman gets hospitalized after letting 50 guys run a choo-choo on her balloon knot. This story is absolutely disgusting. We have fallen so far from God's grace. Let's get straight into it.
Hey guys, come with me today to have reconstructive surgery on my back door.
Brother,
You may be wondering, how did I get myself into this situation?
Not much to wonder, honey. We've
Nope.
got a pretty good idea. Like I say,
Yep.
I'm not the smartest guy. I'm not the brightest crayon in the tool shed. But I think I got a pretty good idea what's going on. Pretty good idea.
You see, I thought it would be a fun idea to let 50 guys in my back door.
Why would that be fun? Who in their right mind would think it would be fun to let 50 different guys in your back door? You're nothing but a hooah. You're a dirty piece of shit. Now, I know when you're with someone, just one, you do certain things. I didn't. I always felt like if shit hurts coming out of my ass, nobody's putting shit up my ass. Period. That ain't happening. But this was something she thought would be fun to do. That's like that bitch in the last video I did. I want my coochie stretched. How come women today are nothing but pigs? And it's not all, and if you think I'm including you in it, then maybe you are part of the problem. This is insane. She had to have surgery. And the part of the video I got up to, she said she would probably do this again because it was fun. It was fun having 50 guys up your asshole. It's fun going through the reconstructive surgery. And again, the guys ain't no better. You're sticking your dick into something that you know you're one of 50 right now. Every guy who took part in this, their dick should fall off and turn to dust. And these two girls who did this, they shouldn't have their insides. They don't have the right to have kids, in my opinion, because they might teach the kids it's fun to do. That's just my opinion. This is insane.
See, a fun idea for me is like, fishing. going out with Cass and getting a nice meal. The last thing I thought about when having fun is letting 50 guys shish kebab you. It's really not something I think, you know what, that's good fun. Maybe I'm wrong, chat.
Along with my friend Lily Phillips, because, we like to do things that are crazy.
And she doxed her friend. Now, for doing this, like with a lot of strippers and a lot of Instagram models, people think other people should be able to just do whatever they want to them because they're nothing but prostitutes. How many prostitutes have gotten almost beaten to death because the guy felt, well, I paid, I can do what I want? That is the message this bitch is putting out. You can do whatever you want to me, and I'll think it's fun. This is She, in my opinion, is a dirty piece of shit and gives all women a bad name.
Savory character there as well.
But with that being said, I did a number on that back door. Not only that, but I've been doing this for a really long time.
No, these guys did numbers on.
Doing what for a really long time? Doing what? Having 50 guys do this to you?
On your back door.
So for several years. And there's a lot of girls in the industry who haven't been doing it really long, or they...
Girls in the industry? What industry? The only industry I've heard of for something like this is porn. In a lot of porn, they degrade women. Look at those ghetto gaggers. One mother was pushing her daughter to do it because they needed the money. Kris Kardashian pushed her daughters into doing shit for money, power control, and all that shit they're doing in Hollywood, like P. Diddy and all this other shit. Why is this normal? Why is this allowed? Oh, same reason, like, oh, I want to get my nose done, but there ain't nothing wrong with your nose. Yeah, well, I want that nose because I think it looks better. This ain't your fucking hair. Where you think, oh, I like that hairstyle, let me go get it. Your hair grows back to what it was originally. You think her anal canal, her opening, and all that other stuff is gonna be normal? What if one day she tries to take a shit and the surgery didn't work the way it was supposed to, and something is really wrong? Women who are with someone they love and care about take that risk. This bitch took the risk 50 different times or more.
They haven't done it at all. So, I mean,
Imagine flexing your fit right before you get your butthole. Like, imagine flexing your fit right before you get your butthole worked on. This woman's going to get surgery on her tuchus, flexing her fit. Look at the Uggs. What is that?
if you think about it, I've been doing it for almost 21 years because I'm almost 37. So
21 years in this.
So when she start at 16? I don't think 16-year-olds should have sex. There are adults who are not mature enough to have sex and take on the consequences of having sex. 16. So she's been a dirty hoe her entire life.
This industry? Golly.
Yeah, do the math. I've been doing it for a really,
Resume looking like a graveyard.
really long time. And with this line of work that I'm in, it needs to look perfect. And, here I am at the surgery place. Hi.
So she wants her butthole to look perfect so she can do it again. I am so pissed off women are doing this. Girls are doing it. Boys and men are part of it or doing it themselves too. Why? And I'm not bringing God into this. I'm not talking nothing about religion with this. The physical shit alone, remember they said follow the science. A woman has too many babies, it can fuck up her insides, fuck up her twat, fuck up anything. In the long run, this can't fuck her up and her friend, who she doxed by putting her whole name out there. So now, what if anybody seeing this meets a Lily Phillips? Word's gonna get around, these two might get raped because guys think, well, you gave it to them, you can give it to me. And what if you get a crazy lesbian bitch who tries to do it, who's stronger than you? They don't care. This is fun. Reconstructive surgery is fun. Explain that to me. Explain to me how the reconstructive surgery is fun. I could understand if, to a small point, if this was all fun and she never got hurt. Usually getting hurt puts you in your place and you're like, I ain't doing that shit ever again. But she said she's been doing this for how long? And again, to the people in the sector of YouTube I'm in, fuck you. If this was a black girl, I'd be saying the same thing. What the fuck are you doing? Ultimately, we are responsible for our bodies. There are outside circumstances where it's like we've been attacked or whatever. Our boyfriend or girlfriend gets a little too rough. You take precautions. With being raped, you've got to know your surroundings better, and it's no guarantee, but at least you're aware, you're trying. You're not just being a victim before you're even a victim. And it's horrible we have to do this. Men too. Don't think you fucks are off the hook. Things can happen to you too. This is insane.
Yes, Tiffany.
It needs to look perfect. I'm sorry, but if 50 guys punch anything, it ain't looking perfect.
Okay. Taking a urine test to make sure I'm not pregnant, which I am not because, I only do the back door.
You may want to look that up. I read somewhere once that it's extremely, extremely, extremely rare, but it is not impossible to get pregnant up the butthole. Again, follow the science. Look it up. Just like stone babies are incredibly rare, but it happens.
I really do think that this might become a trend, and I'm just putting this out there. Unless you're wanting to pay
I hope it doesn't become a trend like that stupid fucking Tide Pod shit.
thousands of dollars, don't try this at home. Would I do this again?
Maybe it's the
Probably,
lidocaine.
but that's because I'm a professional.
Would I try this again? Probably.
There you go.
Bro, what? If I was in this much pain, I'd be like, I'm never doing this again in my life. This woman said, yeah, I'll probably do it again. I got food poisoning, eat some raw shellfish. Yeah, I might do it again. It was good. The texture was solid.
This was one of the most painful recoveries I've ever been through. So you can see the pain. It was so bad because I had stitches in there. It was so hard to push and every moment hurt. But yeah, hopefully I can share this experience and bring awareness to this.
Bring awareness.
That's like a woman in the sector of YouTube I'm in. She wants to bring awareness on how young girls should learn how to suck a 15-inch dick. Listen up, people. Awareness doesn't mean permission to go and do it. There's breast cancer awareness. How many people are going out getting breast cancer, male or female? Just because you're aware of it doesn't mean you have to test it out.
This isn't something that just happened to you. This is something you chose to do.
Yep.
Bring awareness.
It's like all those fucks who have all those tattoos, all those piercings. Oh, we can't get jobs because people don't like our piercings and tattoos, but we have a right to have them. Yeah, you do, and people have the right not to want that look in their place of business. They have that right. They don't want you in there with all tattoos and piercings all over your face looking like you belong in the fucking circus. I remember there was an episode of the new series The Equalizer with Queen Latifah. Her daughter in the show got the chance to work at this fashion salon. The owner of the salon wanted to change her hair to a shorter, more manageable look instead of braids that go all the way down to her butt. Now she's starting from the ground floor up. She's working in the stock room. What if there's something in the stock room that her braids could get caught in? It could be weird that someone would think that, but stranger, weirder things have happened. What if there's a machine that she's near, and because her braids are so long, it gets caught? I've never worked in a fashion salon. I don't know what's behind the scenes, but you never know. And this is her place of business. It's like there are some restaurants who will insist their waitresses wear a black skirt, a black shirt, and a white apron. And people think, no, I'm entitled to do this. Not at your place of work. You take on the job, you take on the rules of the job. Oh, you can't wear a skirt that's so far above your knee. You can't wear pants with rips in them. Who are you to tell me what to do? It's like going to Hooters. You know you're supposed to look a certain way, but they let anyone come in there, put on the outfit, and they get to work. No. Hooters is for a specific thing, a specific body type, not color. I would have been bitching years ago if Hooters pulled, we don't want black women in here. If the black women fit the criteria of what you're looking for, give them the job. If they do their job, keep them. If white women fit the criteria of your job, they follow the rules, keep them. I am huge. Does somebody want to see me in fucking Hooters shaking my ass going, you want some wings? You want a burger? No. They want what's considered to be the norm of beauty. Oh, we're breaking those things. Shut the fuck up. It's unbelievable. And what if she one day has to get a job as like a secretary or something? And because she wasn't sitting on her ass all the time, but is now, all that reconstructive surgery, scar tissue might have built up. Because I don't think every time she let somebody in her back door, she was going for reconstructive surgery. And what if sitting all that time hurts her and she cannot do the job? She'll bitch, oh, it's because of what my lifestyle was. No, bitch, you did something that caused you damage and now it's affecting you and it's affecting your job. That was all your choices. And like I said, all the guys, their dick should fall off and turn to dust as soon as it hits the ground. You fucking put your shit in that. Because I guarantee you the guys knew she was doing 50 at a time. You're that much of a dirty piece of shit guy, you're going to stick your dick in that and then go home and stick it in your wife or something? Again, I don't know how many times I have to say this in a fucking day. People are insane. Sorry, forgot to hit pause on the right page. There you go.
Something that just happens all the time. This is a feat you have to actually put some effort in.
Yep.
Bring awareness. Let's bring awareness to like hungry children.
Let's bring awareness on how to suck a 15-inch dick, and if you don't do it right, they're going to hit you in the head while you're doing it. Well, remember Andy Dufresne in The Shawshank Redemption? Somebody who's performing that oral act gets punched in the right place in the head, the jaws can lock and chomp it off. And these asshole men are willing to have that happen, punch you in the head because you're doing it wrong. And everybody's taste is different. I know what that sounds like. Shut up, let me finish. There really are certain things a woman can do that performing that act will make it better than it was before. But there's only so many, I guess you might call it levels to get to that point. You can't do everything like you think you can. And I believe you need to be in a committed relationship. I didn't say marriage, but you have to be with someone who at least cares about you and your well being to explore different things you do. And that's how you get your experience. There has to be some kind of respect there. So if you get hurt, you can get help. And, when did this anal tear of hers happen? With the first guy, the second guy, The 10th guy, the 40th guy, or the 50th guy? Chances are she had this tear, this injury, whatever it was, and still letting guys in. But mentally, this is fine. She made the choice. She needs to do it. No, she needs psychiatric help.
Let's bring awareness to the crazy divorce rates right now of why women are divorcing men. Let's bring awareness to that, not this.
And that OnlyFans, at first, it was so easy for people to paint it as like this great thing where they're going to empower the creators and they're going to make the porn industry safer and they're going to like let the women be in control. And then OnlyFans started doing PG content where they would take porn stars and OnlyFans creators and they would have them do normal TV shows. And this is happening right now. So it's like a travel show or like a cooking show, but it's like a porn star doing a cooking show so that then you can have this porn star on TV on mainstream daytime television. And you can have your 5-year-old, your 8-year-old, your 12-year-old watching a porn star cook food and it's totally normal. And that is like subversion 101 is start.
There you go. There was a video I saw. I'm sure it's still on YouTube because nobody thinks there's anything wrong with it. Third graders. Third grade kids are what, 8 years old? They were put in a room and all different shapes, sizes, and colors of people were walked out on a stage completely naked. And the kids were told to look. Any kid that looked away, they were told, no, no, it's okay. Look at the bodies, look at them. To at the end of it, one kid was saying, well, I felt weird at first, but then it became normal. An 8-year old should not be normalized to look at strangers, their dads, their moms, and say that sex is okay and all this shit. They're 8. Boy, girl, they're 8. Drag queens in the school. Why? If parents want to take their kids to a drag show, that's on them. What did you put in the school for? What did you have kids putting dollar bills in their G strings? Kindergartners. There's video out of that. One guy was sitting there, crossed his legs, and his junk, all of it, fell out of his thong. And he's like, oops. And he's tucking it in while he's sitting there. And the kids are just staring there watching. Black kids, white kids, Asian kids. Why is this okay?
Start to just blur the lines more and get more and more people, make it normalized, make it part of culture and society in the exact same way that LGBTQIA plus is just like.
Exactly. The LGBTQ plus community. There is a guy on here. Go search him out. He's called Armando Black. He had a video where one of the women who were working with him believes one day there will be extra letters added to the LGBTQ plus community. That's for pedophiles and people who want to screw 11, 12, 13-year olds. We can't let this happen. They have gay pride parades where people are being told it's okay to let your kids look, and they're walking around shaking their dicks, their tits, their whatever else, and there are kids watching this. It's all okay. Little kids should be exposed to that and told it's okay to have an alternative lifestyle. No, they see the lifestyle they're raised with, and when they get older, they see others. If they choose or they feel that's not for them, they can explore it when they're old enough to understand. You don't make a little kid understand this shit too early. You don't. Oh, well, what about the kids who are born hermaphrodites? How rare is that? So the parents have to handle that on their own. Not every kid's a fucking hermaphrodite. What about the kids who at a young age believe they're in the wrong body? Motherfucker, we all felt like that. Puberty fucks you up too. Let everything happen naturally, not with you pushing it. And most of what I've seen from the LGBTQ community is sick. I've even heard members of it say what they've seen going on is sick. They believe they should be with the same sex partner. Great. Have a life, have a relationship, raise a kid, whatever you want. The perversions stay the fuck out of it. Do you know how embarrassed heterosexuals used to be when their kids would burst in on them having sex? Now it's like, oh, let's keep going and show them how to do it. And let's invite the kids to join us? Are you fucking nuts? Oh, fuck out of here.
Like just trying to bleed into our schools and into our like as though it's just normal.
What would it?
Yeah, no, that's the biggest problem I've seen is that they're trying to normalize all this degenerate behavior.
Yep.
And dude, I remember back in my day, the only girls you could see naked was the ones that really liked you, or if you did a quick search on the interwebs. That's the only time. But nowadays, it's almost every girl is selling her fudge dragon balloon knot on the internet for $4.99. It's absolutely wild to me that the access that men have to this stuff. Like when I was a kid, it was not like that. Chat, was it like that when you were a kid? I don't know how old a lot of you.
Nope. No, it was not. I remember there was a time boys would steal their mother's Victoria's Secrets catalogs. They'd accidentally find their father's porn stash. The father would have to hide it someplace else if he wanted to keep it or keep it out of the fucking house, period, because kids are too young to actually comprehend that shit. And no matter how smart you think your kid is, there is a difference between knowledge and experience. And sometimes too much knowledge makes people want to have the experience sooner. Kids are no different. How many kids might hear their friends say, oh, I went to Disneyland and this and this and this and this and that? Well, you've got kids out there saying, oh, well, I sucked a dick or I got my dick sucked and this and this and this and this and that. It's now becoming so normalized, and that's wrong. We used to teach kids in school about good touch and bad touch, and now the bad touches can be good. Isn't that confusing for a little kid? Love is confusing to adults, yet we use the word love and hate for anything we fucking want. And at times we don't even understand what we're saying. Everybody's like, yes, I do. Go listen to the sector of YouTube I'm in and all the fuck shit that comes out of people's mouths. Trust me. There's always room for improvement. Always.
You guys are. I think a lot of you guys are around my age, like 25 and up. But like for most guys, it was very tough to see a woman without clothes. It was difficult. It wasn't just like nowadays any guy can. It's crazy. Like you have unfiltered access to it. And I think this is a really slippery slope that we're letting these OF women get on regular daytime TV shows. because it does start to normalize this degenerate behavior. Chat, put one in the chat if you agree. I don't believe that
One,
those women should be
one, yes, one, yes.
allowed on any format that is not the one that they participate in, doing their OF thing. They should not be allowed to do PG content on cooking shows. We should normalize this behavior. This behavior should be shameful in
Yep.
society, in my opinion.
My
It doesn't
opinion
help
too.
anything. Doesn't
Nope,
help with family building.
nope,
Promiscuous women
nope.
typically don't marry.
Promiscuous
And if they
men,
do marry, they
nope.
divorce at a very high rate. It doesn't help them.
Because everybody, even him right now, women, 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 women. This guy's tallywhacker hasn't fallen off yet. But don't you think he needs to take precautions so that would never happen? It's all normalized now.
The men, because now men are competing against thousands of other men for one woman because a woman's getting all this attention. It's not good. It just doesn't. If it actually helps society, I'd be like, cool, you know what? Let's do that. Liberate it. Yeah, go for it, honey. Yeah, 50 men in your back door. Yeah, but it doesn't help. Like the woman that we reacted to in the beginning, she's probably single and alone and probably has a few cats and probably will. Sadly, she probably won't ever have a man. She won't ever have kids. Like, what guy would see that and go,
A lot of guys will only be with a woman like that for that. And then women get insulted, right? Where's my husband? Where's my lifetime security? Where's my kids? What? A lot of guys don't want what someone else has had. And a lot of the times, if they do, it's just to get their rocks off. And that's all you're worth. You know you're worth more, but they see what you do and they don't think you are. Oh, well, that's on them. No, because you're the one who's sitting there alone bitching. Nobody wants to date me. They're afraid of me because I'm a strong woman. They can't take strong women. No, bitch, they know you're a hooah and they believe that's all you're good for. And it happens with men too.
you know what? I want to wife her up. That's my type of woman right there. There's no honor in that. As men, we honor your exclusivity and your modesty. Chat, put a one in the chat if you agree. Men see women and we value femininity. We value what's in the mirror, what's on the scale, and also your modesty.
How many men have you known are still possessive of the women they fucked and believe they should be there whenever they want, but not for any other guy? That's never happened, right? Never in the history of humanity, that's never happened. I don't care how much I like a guy. If I know he stuck his dick in too many women, that ain't happening here. John Bon Jovi, even if I was thin enough and pretty enough to be with him, he's a fucking rock star. We've all heard the stories. We're hearing stories now. Why would I want to take the chance of putting that in me, even with a condom, when condoms are not 100% effective? Anything can happen. They can fall off during sex. Oh, not if you put it on properly. Fuck you. Yes, it can. Oh, not if your dick ain't big enough. Yes, it can. People need to stop with the childish bullshit of my dick's bigger than your dick. Oh, my twat needs to get stretched. I want 50 guys up my asshole and all this other shit. That bullshit has to stop. It has to stop.
How much of a lady you were like. Not a lady of the night, a lady for us.
And for all the LGBTQ who think, oh, I have to act like a woman. There is no way to act like a woman. There's a way to act like a lady, but there is no way to act like a woman. If you are pretending you are acting, you are not. The same thing with women becoming men. I'm a man, but here I am giving birth because I didn't want my insides touched. Caitlyn Jenner, why would I get rid of my dick when it produced a billionaire? No, that's your daughter being a fucking hooah in the industry that got her to be a millionaire. Plus, your wife, Chris. This is just all wrong.
Exclusivity. As soon as you're for everyone, you lose your value. It's like if I was to give you a lollipop and it was wrapped up, and you'd be like, oh, nice. Dude, thank you for the lollipop. Probably take it, unwrap it, put it in your mouth and eat it, right? If I was to give you a lollipop that I'd licked on, the dude next to me had licked on, somebody else dropped it on the ground, somebody else licked on it, somebody else spit on it, and then handed it to you, you'd be like, yeah, I'm good.
Brother, ugh.
I don't want that.
There you go.
I know it's a simple analogy, but it's an easy way to explain how men, we don't want something that's
The end of the movie Abigail. Spoiler alert. The survivor pulls a lollipop out of their pocket that they had sucked on before, put it away. Their hands are covered in blood and all this other shit, and they're putting the lollipop in their mouth and driving away. And everyone I've seen has commented that was gross. Having 50 guys stick their dicks in your ass is not gross. Sticking your dick in an ass that has however many guys before you and after you in that one day. Come on.
been shared a lot. We want something that's very exclusive to us. And it's mainly because navigating the dating scene can be absolutely brutal, but so can dealing with the aftermath of an accident. Have you ever been involved in a personal injury case? Over the years as an image consultant, I've worked with many clients recovering from work.
It has nothing to do with me. Go watch the original video and you'll see it. Not advertising that shit either. I don't advertise.
To Levi Nix from Just Jeremy. Hello, Levi. I was the artist formerly known as Jeremy. You can call me Just Jeremy. I could not help myself. I got your son Loki some more goodies. One is a big bone, aka Big Back bone.
Big back.
And second is turkey tendons, which are over there. We'll do that on another episode. I know he will enjoy them. Still watch your content. I watch all the content. By far, you are the best. I love your compassion, charm, and humor. I found you on YouTube a year ago. I, too, am an alumni of Kevin. For the pandemic, I lost all my weight, but sadly, the weight is creeping back. Unfortunately, I am a big back once again.
Well, whatever. You get the gist. This stuff is wrong and it's crazy. But yeah, it's being normalized to our kids. Our kids. Fuck you assholes who say, no, you don't have to worry about the black kids, but then you do. No, you don't have to worry about the white kids, but then you do. We have to worry about all the children. We have to. And if we're not making the decisions to protect them from this shit, we're just like ushering them in. It's just not right.